name is Miranda, and today I am so excited. I would be doing cartwheels right now if one, I actually think I could do a cartwheel because I haven't done it in a few years, and two, I wasn't sitting down because the trailer finally came out for The Last Thing He Told Me is finally here. It's an adaptation of the book The Last Thing He Told Me, and it's coming out in April. It's starring Jennifer Garner, and I don't know how you say her name, but the girl who played Betty in the new Spider-Man movies, who I also love. And I think the guy is from maybe Game of Thrones, maybe. I didn't watch that show, so I don't know. But it's just got a really good cast. It looks good. And I also, because I've been trying to read more books that are getting turned into books this year and just stay more on top of that, I just read the book. So it's fresh in the old noggin about how it's going to be. We've only seen stills since then. They looked good, but only stills. I love Jennifer Garner. You don't understand. Like, I think she is so cool and awesome, and I really have not seen her in a show in a hot minute, I'm gonna be honest with you, so I really think she could do an awesome job with this, and the story is so phenomenal and fantastic, and like the ending, did not see coming at all. Like, it was so shocking and surprising, and I really hope and feel that they can do this justice. It is like Reese Witherspoon, that like production company she does or whatever. It's one of those that are being produced through that, which is also a Daisy Jones one. So I feel like they do really good ones, and they do like these kind of stories, like these women-centric stories very well. So I'm excited to check the trailer out and see how it's gonna be and get a look at if it will be a good adaptation or not. So yeah, let's check it out. Oh, when there's like a little trailer to the trailer. It's so cute. That must be their first date then when she asked him that. Oh, and there's the girl. Protect her. Wow, it's very similar so far. The one thing I wasn't able to picture in like the book very well, I think just because like if you're not around it, or at least maybe I just don't have the imagination for it, was their house. It's like a floating house, and I like kind of got the essence of that, but not really. So I'm excited to see how that's gonna look, because I feel like that'll help me understand the book a little bit better, at least the location. Oh, yep, there you go. Yikes. Aww. That must be them in the hotel room, it looks like. Oh, look at her. Ooh, that's the guy. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's the guy that's playing the professor? The guy, what it? Oh my gosh. He's in everything. It looks really good. Like, I don't want to jump the gun and like maybe they didn't do a good job, but like there's so much of that if you've read the book you'll recognize. And like I don't want to spoil character wise and stuff, but there's a lot of that that is like scene for scene from the book, like line from line. And I feel like it builds on the tension so well too, because it is like a very like, for a majority of it, you're reading the book and you're like, I'm so like, not confused, but like you're just like trying to solve this mystery and you're like, what happened? And you kind of think like, oh, maybe it's because of this that this happened, and like this is what's happening. And then it's like you hit the like kind of where the pieces start to come together, and it totally flips it where you're like, okay, this is totally something different than I thought it was, and it ups the danger factor so much. I'm trying to be like very non-spoilery about it for people who haven't read the book, but I just feel like they do a really good job of capturing that. And I feel like an essential part of this story is the relationship between Hannah and her stepdaughter, and how, you know, they are kind of the only ones that they have left in connection to Owen now that he's disappeared, but how like they're not essentially super close, and how this journey brings them closer together. And I think that's going to be really sweet, like that whole thing of not only Hannah realizing like she's the one that has to protect the daughter now, but Bailey also realizing that like she does have someone who still wants to protect her even if her dad isn't around right now, and someone who wants to find the answers as much as she does. And I think it's just a very interesting dynamic of that, especially since like the book is from Hannah's point of view, and maybe they'll expand upon it so you get more of Bailey's like thoughts and feelings. But I just thought it was very interesting, that kind of juxtaposition that I think a lot of adults struggle with. I mean, mostly with like your children, but like also just like in general when it's like you're the one in charge or whatever and you're like you're worried and scared and don't have the answers, how much of it's like, okay, I've got to admit and be like honest that like I don't know what's going on, but I also have to like calm their fears and make them realize that like someone is on their side and is helping them. And I thought that was a really nice like dynamic that they kind of have to straddle and watch it change throughout. And I just think this looks really good. Like I said, it looks very similar to the book, which is awesome. If you didn't like the book, that might not be good. But I think Jennifer Garner is a perfect casting for this because she's just someone that I feel like could, I don't know, like there's just something so, just, you want to be her friend, right? Like she just seems like so cool and just like in a like way that like you could see her like walking down your neighborhood or something and be like, she's cool, you know? Like it just, I think she could do a really great job in this, and I'm very, very excited to see it develop and to see, like I said, the relationship between Hannah and Bailey develop, but then also to see more of like Owen and like kind of pick up, maybe if I can pick up on little hints or little Easter eggs about what's happening now that kind of I know more of the story. I do think that'll be interesting, but also just to see more of it played out. I feel like it's gonna feel stressful definitely because it's one thing reading it, but it's another thing like seeing them like run across that bridge and everything, and the car chase if we get into that. Like I feel like there's stuff there where it's like you're gonna watch it and you're gonna feel the tension that you felt while reading it, but it's gonna be even more because now it's like you see these people acting it. And yeah, I would love if they do like expand upon Bailey's role and her whole thoughts on everything in terms of like outside of Hannah, but I get if they don't because this is Hannah's story and this is like her whole mission and like her journey with Bailey. So if they do just focus on that, I think it'll still be just as good. The only thing I'm worried about them changing is the ending, because I think that ending was actually quite good. And we're talking about like the epilogue they had. I think initially I was like, what? But then the more I thought about it, it was kind of perfect. And I feel like it's just one of those things where they might want a more dynamic ending. And they might change that so it is more of a like kind of thing. But I just think it was like not like when it's like you don't go out with a bang, but like just the like everyday like, okay, this is life now. And I think that was a really good moment to end the book on. So I'm hoping that they don't change that. That's the only thing that I ever worried that they would possibly change, but I don't think they would, especially since, like I said, so many of those scenes seem like they were ripped straight out of the book, like verbatim. The bar scene where he was like, where'd you get this? That definitely felt like it. The scene where she shows her all the money that her dad got felt like it. The scene where even the soccer girl shows up and is like, hey, Owen said to give this to you, or she calls him by his last name because like he's an adult, right? But it just like all of that feels so realistic, and I really hope that they can build upon like the like weirdness of like, you know, like I know my husband, like I know him, who he is and everything like that, and then finding out all this other stuff and being like, wait, this doesn't fit with like the man I know, and having everyone be like, well, maybe you didn't know him that well, and you're like, but I did, like rocking that core, and then all of the information just getting more and more crazy. But coming back to that note that she got of like protect her, I think that was like the thread throughout the thing of like protect Bailey, and that was what ultimately led to every single choice that Hannah makes in the book, is to protect Bailey and understand that Owen knew she was the one that could best take care of Bailey in his absence, and I think that's really great. So yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I don't know if I'll do reactions to it or not, so if you would be interested in that, let me know down below if you want like just a wrap up of like, hey, this is the difference between like the book and the movie, or if you would like weekly reactions or something like that to the episodes. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be really good. I think the cast is phenomenal, and that really looked like a great tense time. So I'm excited to check it out. And yeah, if you have seen the trailer or read the book, let me know what your thoughts about it are down below in the comments, and if you think this will be a good and faithful adaptation. So yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!